Morning, everybody. Good morning. We have a lot of people here already. Gosh. let me just let me shut some volumes off here. I'm gonna. All right. Listen, we're just getting started. I'm gonna go grab Truffs very, very quickly because she wants to bolt out of here. It's a busy day in the Archambault household. So one second. One second. I know y'all haven't seen Truffs in a while, so I figured, she'd say quickly here. Thank you, Aura. I really do appreciate that. She's gonna take off, Truff. She's kind of over the live streams. She's had enough of it. So hey, Moises. Yeah. So let me throw her out in the hallway, and we'll get started. Okay. All right. So today's live stream is going to be all about just drawing some portraits, doing some hangout drawing. Let me just say hello to a lot of people here today. Phoenix, welcome. Helen, Moises, uh, yeah, Sebastian, Charles, thank you. Yeah, it's freezing here too. We're supposed to get more snow tomorrow. Sarah, welcome. Glasgow. Oh God, I've watched some amazing concerts. One of my favorite concerts from Glasgow is Interpol. God, like yeah, the first Interpol concert there. Marie, thanks for the idea on Facebook. That's what we're doing here today. At least we're going to try. Nancy, good morning. Michael, good morning. Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Wow. Neil, UK. Doug, good morning. Yeah, I'm staying warm. I'm in here today. All right, Michelle, welcome. I got your, I read your comment from your video critique, Michelle. Yeah, just relax. Don't worry about it. It comes eventually. Sally, welcome. John, wow. Okay, awesome. Pamela's here. Sebastian, Mary, Aura. Thank you, Aura. I'm not looking forward to my birthday. Getting older sucks. I wish I had my like 20-year-old body. That would be nice. Hey, Dennis, Nancy. Okay, David is here. All right, so Giorgio, welcome. Wiley, there's a lot of people here. Jill, Kaylee, Jazzwant, Stacy Micheletto. All right, so let's get started. Let's get started. So what I don't have any reference up on the screen because I'm kind of not really trying to do any exact type of likeness today. My inspiration for today's class is let me share with you this page. My inspiration for today's class is I just wanted to practice this week before a class, and that was my technique drawing. Funny, isn't it? Okay, so we were talking about surface planes, and then I just kind of cranked out that little line drawing over there, and it is little. And I was like, oh wow, that I enjoy doing that. No tone, just a little bit of line. It's about 5 inches tall. Okay, yeah, and that's pretty big for me for a head. And I'm like, I need to do this on the live stream. It's just going to be a little bit more casual. And then this was a little bit more of a technique drawing explaining the surface planes. And then after that page, I went on and I continued with the line. So I'm just messing around. What am I drawing? Partially out of my imagination, partially from sculpture. So I do believe that was from a sculpture, that was from my imagination, that was from a sculpture, and this one was from my imagination. And you can see that this one's so much. Let me get a pointer here. 1 second. You can see that I have so much more. God, yeah, no self portrait, not going to happen. You don't want to watch me draw an old man here today. So you can see I struggled with this one because it was out of my imagination. So the more pencil you put down, for me, that means I was struggling. So I was trying to figure it out from the reference, kind of the least amount of line. Now, I'm just working on Strathmore paper 400 series, and it's the 18 by 24 pad, but I'm cutting it in half. And so what else do I have to share with you? I guess that's it. I think I should just kind of get drawing. Our Zoom classes, we were doing portraits this week. So we did some surface planes. So we were talking about ugly technique, a line that separates the light from the dark, shapes. We were talking about when to use angles, when to use organic line. Okay, and then we were doing kind of more surface planes, all these different techniques and stuff. So it was a good week. It was a good week. So let's get started because talk is cheap. Now, I've got a couple of things I need to share with you. So a model that I've been working with for many, many years, Sarah Mish. Her Instagram handle is Smish. It's like mischievous, but with an S in front of it. If you want to check out her Instagram, she did this thing where she models for my classes all the time, and she filmed herself. And these videos of her modeling are going to go on this website. So if you go to Instagram and you go find her, that's her handle on Instagram. It's a free thing. You can go there and you can draw. It's donation only. So for those of you looking for something that you don't have to pay for, I'm just going to give Sarah Mish, that's her name, Sarah Mish, a plug here. Okay. All right. Cool. And one last thing before we get started, because this is actually really, really important, because time for me is really, hey, Dana, hey, Shelby, hey, James, Sandy, welcome. Sandy, I went to your Instagram last night. It looked really awesome. You have so much from my website. It's crazy. So good for you. I love it. Now, there's been a couple of you who have emailed me with your drawings, and you're like, could you please help me? Can you give me a critique? And yeah. Okay, so I'm probably never going to have the time to critique your artwork typing for like a half an hour, 20 minutes in an email. It's just not going to happen. I mean, I critique on Monday all day. I do some critiquing on Tuesday with coaching. I critique my students' work on Thursday. I critique my students' work on Friday. The last thing I want to do is do more critiquing in email. So I feel bad because you're so nice and you're writing me these really, really nice emails. But if I critiqued every one, that's all I would do, and I would never have time to do anything else. But I just want to say thank you so much for emailing me. A lot of people have emailed me lately with some really, really kind words. So thank you. I appreciate that. Okay. Let's draw. So let's move this out of the way. My camera's going to go out of focus. And I have a piece of reference in front of me. If you go to my Pinterest page, you'll see some of these sculptures on there. Now, I also want to give a plug out to this sculptor. Okay, so his name is Christopher or Christopho. I can't pronounce that without the R. Charbonnel. He's a very, very famous sculptor. And he's really been inspiring me as of late with his sculptures. One of my favorite sculptors is Richard McDonald, and he's really always inspired me. But as of late, I found if you just go to Google and you type in Christopher Char, Charbonnel, you'll probably find some of the pieces of photo reference that I'm using today. But I'm kind of drawing out of my imagination, a little bit of copying, a little bit of inspiration from these photos. I just can't show them on video here because I don't want to violate anybody's copyright. I'm not copying them exactly or anything like that, so it's all good. Okay, let's do it, man. Let's do it. All right, so let's just start on the left. So maybe we'll have some room. Okay, good. So sharpen pencil, Matt. Sharpen pencil helps. Okay, let's get the edge off that pencil and let's just kind of roll in. So do I have room on the bottom for the neck? So that's the first thing I kind of want to do. So remember, today's class is really just about line. And I want to share with you sometimes when I practice, is that big enough? I should go bigger. When I practice, I kind of, I'm going to start over right over here. So that's going to be my practice line. So let's go bigger so I can get some information in here. I'm not going to lift my pencil off of the paper. Okay, so I'm just looking a little bit at my reference. Okay, and again, the head, I just want to get the face in a little bit over here. Head, I'm going to do, now you track my eyes. So you watch me when I look at the reference when I'm looking down. When I'm looking down, I'm really just kind of drawing out of my imagination. So what is a great exercise for you all to try is to look at the reference and then just try to copy it. okay, and out of your imagination. So I can look at it right now, kind of get a sense of it, and now let me look down with my eyes. I just looked up. It's a habit. It's totally a habit. So let's keep going here. So this is sculpture. We're not drawing from a realistic, crisp photo. Just looked up again. It's a habit. And yeah, so let me just kind of get these lips in and center. I don't think I've lifted my pencil off of the page yet. Keeping my pencil on the paper for continuous line. I'm going to zoom my camera in momentarily. Let me just make sure, because you never want to draw a head without a neck. I think when people draw portraits and there's no neck, it really kind of looks odd, and you don't want to do that. Okay, so now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to lift this drawing up so I've got that kind of situated, and then we're just going to go to town with it, and we're going to kind of make it happen. So this is my, I'm going to zoom in for you as well. Just bear with me. The setup is just a little awkward here. So let's lift up. Good. Good. Make that paper even with my board. And now let me zoom in ever so slightly so it's not so small. Okay, awesome. And let's get rid of this distraction over here. Just be a monster with it today. Maybe we can just turn that into tone. So now I'm just going to kind of start over, okay? And I'm going to try to make this look a little prettier. So I want to not copy the hair. I kind of want to do my own thing with the hair. And I'm going to not do tone. What you see here is just kind of some line that is very close to each other. And that line that is very close to each other is the kind of an idea of tone without doing tone. Okay, so I'm not pressing down super hard as of yet. Okay, I'm just kind of coming on in. First layer for me is just going to be a little bit lighter. All right, and then as I kind of go in and I do second go through, then maybe what I'll do is I'll start to press down harder with my line. Now, all right, so that's where I'd like to start. And I'm going to just kind of have fun with this, just doing some line over there. Now, okay, so that's just a face. We need to kind of get the jawbone. So remember, in all of the portrait drawing tutorials that I do, so now I'm looking down because I kind of want to do the rest out of my imagination. So the rest would just be, okay, cool. This is temple, cheekbone. All right, now let's expand out. And I'm just using continuous line. I know this is light. God, this is so light on the screen. Let me put this. See, when I put this grayscale here, that paper should get darker. Let me just make sure that grayscale is really down, pressed against the paper so it doesn't. James, thank you for that. It's my birthday tomorrow. I'm not looking forward to it as I get older. I'm just not old. I'm not aging gracefully. Some people age gracefully. You see them like on TV, like these old people who look like they're 69, but they look like they're 39. That's not me. So yeah, my birthday is tomorrow. Thank you for the birthday wishes. I really appreciate that. Hey, Sabi, Miss. All right, cool. So yeah, we were going to go out to dinner. We booked it, but I said, yeah, you know what? Let's not. It's going to snow, sleet. I don't want to deal with that. All right, so jawbone. All right, so this is your jawbone. It has a vertical angle, a tilted angle, and then your chin. All right, now we're going to just kind of get a little bit of Adam's apple. And right across from the top of the eyebrows would be top of the ear. Notice I'm not looking at the photo reference right now. I'm kind of just doing this out of my imagination and just trying to place that ear. Okay. German. Yeah. Yeah. Gosh. Thank you, Stacy. Appreciate that. Yeah. Michelle, you got it. Thank you, Moises. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. I appreciate that. So bottom of the ear. Bottom of the nose. Now, right over here from the back of your ear, you can probably feel it. All right, listen, I'm going to stop looking at these birthday comments. Yeah, I'm just not aging gracefully, but it's yeah. Okay, thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. So now, listen, let's get back to this. Uh, be grateful. You know, I was at the doctor's office yesterday and I was watching this video of this woman. I couldn't believe it. Thank you. Who has MS. And she has MS and she's climbing all of these mountains and stuff all over the world. Like the highest mountains, Everest and Denali, all of that. And she, that neck is pretty thick, so we need to tone that down a little bit. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for the birthday wishes. And she kind of said something that she's not really thinking about the future, and she's kind of just putting one foot in front of the other and taking it one mountain climb at a time. And I thought that was really cool. It was like some inspirational video. So now, okay, back of the ear, your skull. There's this cylindrical muscle that goes down to your collarbones. So let's lift this now. Okay, it's still too low. A neck is really, really super and duper. That's a new phrase. Super duper important for portrait drawing. No neck. It kind of just looks like you lopped off the person's head and it looks very, very strange. So let's keep going. And so I want to tone down the neck. This sternomastoid SCM muscle, some people call it, it would curve around from the other side and it would curve down. And so collarbone. Okay, your collarbone's going to come over here. And that trapezius is very cylindrical. This would be this guy's Adam's apple. So we're going to kind of put that down there. I kind of want to make this portrait really gritty. Yeah, God, I'm going to have to come back and read the chat because there's some gems in here. Yeah, enjoy your day. That's actually the right attitude. Thank you, everybody. I really do appreciate it. All right, so that's our first go through. Now, what I want to do is maybe give this guy some hair. I'm going to come on down over here. Maybe we're going to just be very linear with this. Okay, now, time to get even more gritty. But before I do, I want to share one thing with you. Remember I showed, we had to talk about pencil extenders, right? And these are pencil extenders that my older student Dan gave me. They're from Korea, and it's just a aluminum tube, and you put the pencil right into it. And my beef with them was that they were super long, and it threw off the balance of the pencil for me. So what I did was I cut it. And I cut it in half, and I made one of them a little bit longer than the other, and it's working for me. Like this little thing now is so much better for a pencil extender, and it's it's pretty close to the length of like a normal pencil. So I just want to share that with you. Zoran, who's a member of my website, shared that you can go buy like this little aluminum brush from the hardware store, and it has a brush on it. It's for applying glue or cleaning tools. They're like $1, $2 each, maybe 99 cents, because it's just a piece of aluminum, and they fit kind of right over your pencil. It has a brush on it at the end that kind of looks like that, and it's something that you might want to look into getting. Are you drawing a teenager, Matt? He does look young. He does look young. I want to make him look older. I want to make him look gritty. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start from the beginning, and we need to kind of get some organic line in here. So it's sculpture, and I want to kind of be a little gritty. Lots of sculpture clay marks. I'm going to press down harder. I still don't want to start doing too much tone. Eyebrow over here, and then sometimes you get this really cool thing that comes down with your cheekbone. So this is where we can maybe start to make this guy look a little grittier. You want to make that whole eye socket kind of darker, okay, under the eye darker, and we don't want to outline that lower eyelid too much. Okay, I don't want to go too much there. I want to leave that and move on. So I think just a little indication of nostril would be good. Now, don't wrap around over here with that nostril. Kind of keep all the information on the underplane of the nose. That would be really beneficial. Now, your upper lip is usually an underplane. I'm just looking at the comments. Yeah, post-it notes. That's a good one too. Yeah, totally. Member suggested. So let's don't make where the two lips touch a straight line. Kind of keep them a little bit more complicated. The line that separates. And now over here underneath that lower lip, do not outline the lower lip, because when you do, you separate the lip from the face. Same thing now with this jawbone. Try not to outline the jawbone, because when you do, you separate the head from the neck. Okay, so that could be tone right there. That could be tone. And so now let's just be a little bit crazier now with this line. And I guess he has a part over here. And I'm trying not to do the light and shade thing today. I'm just trying to think that there's light coming from up above, but I'm not going to go too crazy with the form light and all that. So now maybe I'm going to come over here. This is that cheekbone. So I'm going to put some tone down. This would be our surface plane line right here, where your eyebrow tilts up, then tilts down. That's where the forehead meets the side of the head. Okay, so I'm going to just suggest, and then our cheekbone, this is where the front of the face meets the side of the head. If I wanted to, I could do just a little bit of line over here to indicate that that's the side of the head. And if I lean back, how am I digging this? Let's put some curves here, because the forehead is flat and it's curved simultaneously. It's like a duality. All right. Hair is hard. And okay, so with hair, your pencil stroke direction has to go with the lay of the hair. So maybe his hair is parted over here. So if it's parted over here, what we're going to do is we're going to lift up and we're going to curve around and we're going to draw that hair with the lay of the land. Okay, so I don't want to do every strand of hair. Hair also at the edge where it meets the skin must be very soft. So this is where our hair starts to become a side plane. And I don't know what this dude's hairstyle is, but let's just say from here down, we're going to go a little darker. Okay, cool. So now let me resharpen this pencil and get a little sip of water here and look at some of these comments. Curly hair takes forever. Curly hair really is just cylindrical. And proportions. So yeah, curly hair would take forever. It's just you got to think cylindrical, and you have to just think top of the head, side of the head. Where is the light hitting? And you don't want to draw every single curl. If you do, it's not going to work out. You have to kind of keep some information vague in the shadows, and that's my recommendation. If you put details everywhere with the curly hair, the viewer's not going to know where to look, and it's going to kind of almost start to take on like a fake appearance. So light coming from up above, I'm going to put a little shadow over there. So it's important that you don't draw every curl, but also what's extremely important on the edge of hair is that's where you can start to show like the detail on the edge of somebody's hair. Okay, like I'm doing over here, I could really show the detail. Maybe I want his hair to come down. Okay, and I don't like how that's looking, so maybe what we'll do is do we want to make it longer? We don't want to give him a mullet, right? So yeah, you know what we're going to do? We're going to erase that. I don't want to go too long with that. Kind of like it shorter. I never really draw portraits of young guys like this. Why is my paper buckling? So maybe we're just going to go with a little hair coming off. Okay, no straight lines when you do this. Okay, sternomastoid over here. Don't outline that. Again, now I'm just trying to add some grit to this. And I'm not trying to shade in a solid way, which is what I usually do. I'll talk about proportions in a moment. Maybe I'll just glance at a portrait and try to do the whole thing out of my imagination. This is kind of partially out of my imagination. Now, let's be more gritty here with this. So lower eyelid and lights coming from up above. I want to have a little brow showing. That will immediately age the person as soon as we put that brow in. Whenever you put more of an indication of a strong brow, you're showing a little bit of worry. So we just made him look a little worried, okay? And you're showing an older person, not, I mean like maybe 20s, not teens, as soon as you go a little stronger with a really firm brow, just because usually guys in their 20s, that's where they start to develop lots of muscle more so than in their teens. Not everyone, I'm generalizing. You know, the reason why I say that is because I watch my favorite hockey team, the Islanders, and one of the commentators is like, there'll be an 18-year-old player and he's playing in the NHL, and the commentator is like, well, he's got to, you know, develop his man muscle. And you do that by, you know, as the older you get, you know, you develop more muscle in your early 20s than you do in your teens. It just takes years to kind of develop all of that. But yeah, okay, so let's keep going here. So notice I'm not going dark over here. I'm just suggesting. Let me just look at. He needs a haircut. Can you use graphite and charcoal at the same time in a portrait? If it's soft charcoal, yes. If it's hard compressed charcoal, no. Okay. All right. So yeah, let's keep going, and let's just go a little bit grittier, a little bit darker over here. Just what else can I add to this? Again, look at my eyes when I'm drawing. So when I'm looking down, I'm drawing out of my imagination. Okay, when I'm looking up, I'm looking at the photo reference that I'm using ever so loosely. It doesn't really look like it at all. So just light pressure with your pencil will show a little bit of the side plane of the nose. This part of the mouth is very cylindrical, and your chin is an oval. So let's get that in. And now let's just do a little bit here with the ear. So your ear is going to turn under. So I'm just going with the idea that the light's coming from up above. I've drawn so many ears, I think I can do it in my sleep. I can't tell you how many tiny ears I've painted on book cover paintings. It's insane. So let's just do some more line over here, and maybe some more line over here. Let me resharpen. I'm trying not to blend. Now, let me backtrack here for a second. Now, with the Col-Erase pencil, let's talk practicality here. So when I'm drawing with the Col-Erase pencil, that's pretty much as dark as it's going to get with line. Okay? If I want it to be darker, then it's going to start to become a tonal drawing like that. And with this, I used the blend-in stump. So if I use the blend-in stump, then we're going to take this thing to a whole different place. So this little tool really helped me with that drawing. It made the shadows look solid. But again, I'm trying to be a little bit more gritty and linear today with it, something that I don't really do much of on the live streams. Yeah, it is so hard. That's why I'm trying not to do that. Like, it's so, like, you want to make it darker. You want to make the tones more solid. So, yeah, the Islanders better win tonight. They're playing Boston. Boston is so good. No, I would not look worried if my hair looked like that. I would be very happy, and absolutely. Now, there should be no white in the white of his eye. Okay, drawing tips for drawing lips. That's a good one. That would be a great title for a YouTube video. Drawing tips for drawing lips. Yeah, no worries, no worries. You can play it back. So let's just come on down over here with get rid of white paper. Okay, and I want to just go darker here. I'm kind of all over the place today with this. I'm going to do another portrait shortly. Let's work on his shoulder. Okay, so lips, getting back to the question about lips, don't outline them. All right, let me get a scrap piece of paper here. So this is the way you do not want to draw lips. So do the outline, straight line across, outline there. Do not do that. Okay, this is going to be a funny little do not do. Do not accentuate a super dark nostril. Okay, I'm exaggerating. Do not wrap that nose line around the nose like that. I know this is over the top, but I see this all the time. And people don't do this intentionally. It's all kind of just by accident. All right. So outlining lips is the kiss of death. Welcome, Sud Kantar from Turkey. Okay. Black Zerg. Now, with eyes, what not to do. Do not outline both lower lid and upper lid and draw a circle in the eye. I can't tell you, like, people draw circles for eyes. You are only going to draw a circle for the eye if the person's extremely excited. Like they're in the shower and someone walked in on them in the shower and that's when you draw your eyes in a circle. This guy's just chilling out like, yeah, I got really nice hair. So screw everybody else who's balding. So I'm just looking really suave and cool. And that's this guy's hair, right? So he can look that way. And we're not seeing a round eye. We're not outlining his lower lid. We're not putting in a super dark nostril. We're not outlining his lip. Now, upper lip, usually in life, look, I mean, you look at me, my lower lip's catching light because the light's coming from up above. The sun comes from up above. The moon comes from up above. We usually have lights in our ceiling. Okay, maybe if you have a lamp, it's coming from below the light, but most of the time light comes from up above. So your lower lip's going to catch light, your upper lip's going to be in shadow. Okay? So that's something that you want to take into consideration. And just, again, with lips, try to make where those lips touch a complicated line, not a straight line like what I just kind of showed you. Now, with the lower lip, you can do a couple of form lines, okay? And over here, you can do a form line. I'm not going to do it. I want to keep it empty. That's the other thing with portrait drawing. I'm not keeping much of anything empty here today, but you don't want to put details everywhere. You got to keep some areas a wee bit more empty. A wee bit more is for my English friends over there across the pond. I'm just trying to do line. And our trapezius is a cylinder. And it comes down to the cylinder of your clavicle. Okay, just doing some form. Again, this is your SCM muscle. It's a cylinder from the back bony part of your skull. And cool. Now, how do I like this? This guy has a little bit of a forward head tilt. So let's make that trapezius bigger. Let's lift this up one more time. Good. How's that? Is that even? Yeah, that's even. Okay, cool. Let me just get a little swig of water. Love you, Sandy. Love you. 20 years ago, absolutely. All right, so let's keep going here. So now I shouldn't use my eraser. I should just say screw it. And so part of this little tutorial that I'm doing here for you today could be how do you turn mistakes into a positive? So I made his neck thicker, but I have that line. I'm not going to erase it. So I'm just going to say, oh, okay, I'm going to do a little gradation from the outside in. And let's just come on in. So sternomastoid kind of cuts off over there, cuts off over here, and collarbone. The other side of his neck. So if you're doing this from a photo, you would really look at that. And other side of his neck, trapezius. Cool. All right. I'm still going to work on this for a little while longer. Camellia, is that how you say your name? Camellia Chan, welcome. Um, I'm really gonna wallow in all of your very very kind compliments later. I'll check out all the comments later, and it'll be a lot of fun. So let's just push this a little bit more, and then I promise you we're gonna do one more. What time is it? Oh, we're only 35 in. Okay. 5 minutes or less on this one because it's a line drawing, and then we're going to move on. I just want to kind of gritty it up. And be a little bit more bold with some of this. I want to age this guy. He's looking too good. So how do you age somebody? You put more information underneath their eyelids. That's number one. Really sketchy here. Getting some ideas from that photo. Brow bone once again. Get rid of the white in the eye. Oh, and then over here we should have a little mouth muscle coming down, and just getting really, really gritty. Now, when I would be drawing a female, this is just me. Doesn't mean you have to do this. I like less information. When I draw guys, I want to see grittiness and I want to see more information. Now, I'm kind of being over the top today with this. I'm making a mess and I'm scribbling, but I'm having a good time and it's all good. I could have stopped like 10 minutes ago with it and it would be done. All right. So, yeah, just trying to give you some information here that maybe you can use on your artwork. So let's just push and push that cheekbone, push round lines, push side plane. This part of the nose is a cylinder. We don't want to go too crazy with it. Make this rounder. That's a little too hard edge over there. A little convex line, maybe some tone over there to frame it. And now I think what we need to do is just a little bit more pencil. You can see different in your style in portrait drawn by years. Yeah, absolutely. Yes. No, I haven't seen Dave Mallon's line art. I'll look for it. California, welcome. You're welcome. So I'm just gonna do a little bit darker in the eye socket, and this guy's done. He is going out on a hot date after this. Okay, so yeah, he's out of here. All right, cool. I think the darker eye socket helped. I'm just looking at this on video. This could be a little longer and more graceful. We don't want to give him a bump on the back of his head, and technically, let's give him a little bit of a haircut. Let's not say we did. Let's do another one. All right, so what I'm going to do here is slide him over. And, yeah, let's slide him over. Okay, he's done. He's done. No hot date with that hair. Why not? Why not? It's all right. Okay, let's move our stud over a little bit, and let's do another one. Okay, so let's tape him down here, a piece of paper. Okay. Let's just kind of do a frontal view. So I'm inspired by a sculpture, but I'm not going to copy it. Let me resharpen. Let me get a little sip of water. Cool. Okay, now I got my pencil, and remember what I like to do with my pencil. I like to take the edge off. So, okay, so I should leave this on. YouTube will like get this for the thumbnail, and this was what they'll post. Nobody will watch the video. Where are we here? Okay, 39 minutes. What not to do. So what not to do. Let's talk about what not to do for a second, okay? What not to do is to outline hair when you outline hair like that, you separate the hair from the face. What not to do. Do not draw a hard. This is going to kind of sell probably in a gallery for like $5 million. We should get some color in here. Never outline the jawbone like that. I'm being over the top. I get it. But yeah. All right. So I think I'm going to switch gears. I was going to work with pen, but let's stick with the pencil. Maybe I'm trying to be too brave. Let's just kind of do another portrait. So first thing I'm going to do is I want to place eyebrows, not too close to the other guy. There is a holiday, but I do the critiques. I've done the critiques through every single holiday. Uh, yeah, it is what it is. Sometimes I'm like, maybe I should just do it on Tuesday. Okay, so I'll be doing the critiques, no doubt. There's been so many images in the critique gallery. I have to start filming on Sunday night. I'm going to try not to film on Sunday night because it's my birthday. So maybe later today I'll film one because to do all the critiques in one day, it's so hard. Okay, so inspiration. We were talking about this. For me, let me talk and draw at the same time. So I could totally see the difference in my portrait drawing over the years. I've completely changed, no doubt. So if I'm losing angles of the face, okay, yeah. I do have a live stream video on that where we drew. Just scroll back in the playlist of the live streams. Thank you, Kelly. So when I would lose, I get bored all the time. I've been doing drawing tutorials online since 2008, and I definitely get bored, no doubt. There's only so many ways you can talk about surface planes, and then you kind of get really sick and tired of talking about the same thing over and over and over again. So it's just the nature of the beast. Every person is going to get bored with what they do. Even rock stars get bored singing the same song over and over and over again. I guess that's why they drink and get into mischief. So yeah, what do I do? Like for me, the thing that really helps with my boredom is going to the Metropolitan Museum of Art. But I can't do that now. Okay, so I'm just starting to face a different way. I can't do that now because it's closed, but I always get my inspiration from walking around that museum. There are certain rooms there that when I walk into those rooms, I'm just like, whoa, okay, I need to go home and create some artwork. It could be going to the Degas room with the sculptures. It could be going to European paintings. It could be a number of rooms in that place. I love that. Sometimes I'll look at my favorite artist books that I have. Like when I look through my Muka books, sometimes I don't look at them for like almost like 8 months. So sometimes they're just there, and so yeah, totally. It's going to the museum for me that re-inspires me, and just sometimes it's good to just stop. Some people might think this is bad advice, but I think it's worked for me. Sometimes I just like to rearrange my studio. My wife laughs at me when I do that. She's like, "You're rearranging your studio again?" And yeah, so that's what I do sometimes. So jawbone, 3 angles, vertical, tilted, chin. I'll make this one work. I'm just starting a different way. So for me, the short answer is I go to the museum, and I love that place. It really inspires me to work. Let's just get okay. So lips. You see what I did there with those lips? I did not draw a straight line. No, I haven't. The last time I was in Europe was Italy. I visited where my mom grew up, and I was in 7th grade. So I was a different human being back then, no doubt. So one day I'll get there. Let's get this jawbone and neck. Okay, so across from those eyebrows, kind of top of ear, top of ear. And now let's kind of give this guy his haircut. So, yep, cool. And let's keep going now. So let's gritty this up. I'm trying not to overuse that word, but I don't want these to be like a pretty portrait. Yeah, there's something about certain rooms in the American Wing that switch something in my brain. Like when I go to the American Wing at the Met, like my brain goes to a different place. I can't explain it, but it's just it's got to be something inside my brain that gets triggered when I see that artwork. It's just like, oh my God, this is like the American Wing upstairs. They have all these like little galleries, and they're really amazing. So yeah, so I want this guy to be. I'm going to go a little bit of tone here just for speed. Okay, so brow, bridge of the nose. Let's go. So noses. See how I'm not drawing the nostrils? Okay, don't do nostrils. We'll make this work. I promise. We'll make this happen. Mouth area is a ball. Let's see, upper lip. I'm going to just put that upper lip a wee bit more in shadow. Lower lip. Cleft of the chin. Light's coming from up above again. Thank you, Monica. I appreciate that. American Wing Sculpture Room is the bomb, yeah. How do you draw ideas from your mind? I get good. So I hate to say this because it's just people people have said this to me in the past and I've rolled my eyes, and it's repetition. So how I learned, God, my dogs are going nuts. Somebody's here. How I learned how to draw out of my imagination is I would look at something, specifically the model in class. I'd be looking at that model in class for like 2 hours. When you look at something for 2 hours and you're drawing something for 2 hours, it's in your brain. You try to recall it afterwards, and it takes practice. It takes a lot of repetition to do that. That's called drawing out of your memory. Drawing out of your imagination is a different thing, and there's many, many different tools for that. Too many tools for me to go over in this live stream here today. But for the figure, the tools are the torso peanut shape, right? And I have some free videos on YouTube about that. So Adam's apple. But the way that I learned how to draw out of my imagination was I would draw from my memory. So like when we would be doing life drawings, let me resharpen this pencil. When we would be doing life drawings in class, you're drawing the model. Like I would draw the model after class for like 2 hours. So you're staring at that model for like 2 hours. And so you just start your memory drawing from a negative space. Okay, you start your drawing from a negative space. And let's give this guy a little nostril over here without going too dark. And you go from there, or you start your figure from the torso peanut shape. There's a lot of space in between his nose and his lip. I don't know how much I'm digging that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to raise up the lip. So we're going to give him a taller lip. And I'm going to raise up the separation of the lips with a darker line. So I'm trying not to use my eraser. Okay, now the lips I'm gonna make this guy look a little older. So we're doing that on the side. Let's come over here into the cleft of the chin. Let's be getting a little shaky here. Let's make that an oval. Okay, so a little bit more continuous line I think would help me. So I did just put a dark line, which I've been telling you not to do, separating, but I'm not going to do it on both sides. Let's put some shadow underneath his neck. And let's put some shadow on that ear. and let's clean up an edge. Let's clean up this edge. He's got a really super duper long face. So I don't know how much I'm digging that. We can widen his jawbone a little bit. That will compensate. And just looking at something, just give him a mustache. You got it, Camellia. I hope I'm saying your name correctly. Okay, so let's curve. Brow bone. This is part of your skull. Here, curving up. This is round. Front plane of your skull. Let's give this guy a brow. This is very cylindrical. He's chiseled. I got to resharpen 1 second. Any advice on eyebrows? So, what not to do? Do not draw eyebrows like this, round. Eyebrows are only round when the person is surprised. When the person is surprised, your eyes bulging, your eyes open, and your eyebrows are round. Don't draw them round. Eyebrows are angles. Okay, so eyebrows are angle. This is your eye socket. Okay, this would be your eye. And so also what people do with eyebrows is they make them so dark, and don't do that. Okay, because then it almost looks like the eyebrow has makeup on it, and it looks really dark. So eyebrows need to be super light. Okay, not everybody. Some people have really super dark eyebrows, but the idea is not to draw them round unless the person is cracking up and smiling and laughing out loud, or they're surprised and shocked. That's when the eyebrows are round. Thank you, Michael. I really do appreciate that. And I apologize if I'm missing. There's so many good comments. How can I set up the light if I want to draw a person in my house? Yes, form light. Okay, we'll get back to this drawing in a moment. Form light is when you have your light. I'm just going to assume that you can get a little spotlight like this from, it could be a clamp light from Home Depot, Lowe's. It doesn't need to be a professional photographer's light, but they're so cheap now, it's crazy. So you have your extension cord and you have your model here. Okay, so the light's going to shine down and it's going to be form light. So the light needs to be up above, so the top planes are lit, and to the side. Never put the light in the front of what you're drawing. That's front light. Let's see if we can't crank this guy out. My desk is my computer screen called the Wacom Cintiq, and it is tilted at a 45-degree angle. I find that is least, what's the word that I'm looking for? It prevents me and my shoulder from getting tired when I have my desk at a 45-degree angle, because all of my hand's weight is on the table. Okay, the drawing table. If I was drawing at an easel, okay, if I'm drawing at an easel and the easel's 90 degrees, totally vertical, welcome Ireland, my shoulder would be like killing me. I can't do that anymore. I used to. So the idea is this: there's no one right way to draw. And so what I recommend to my students is that you switch it up during the day. Maybe for like 2 hours during the day, you just want to draw at an easel standing up. So you get your standing up, because sitting is the new smoking now, right? That's what everybody says, and I kind of agree with it. So don't sit all day, and never work flat. I don't like the word never, but I'm saying a lot of nevers today. I'll have a Jameson for my birthday tomorrow, and I'll say, Erie, is that how you say your name? I'll have a toast to you, Erie, with my Jameson. I just used the latest version of Photoshop. I'm using Prismacolor Col-Erase pencil. See how my hand's shaking? pencil's shaking. That sucks. Both. Do both. I draw digitally every time I do the video critiques for members of DTO. Now, listen, I have to be a YouTuber for a second, okay? I would appreciate it much if you can give this video a like. If you don't like it, don't give it a like. But if you like it, don't forget to give it a like, okay? And I would also appreciate it if you're not a subscriber to subscribe. That would be awesome. And you can read more about what I have to offer in the show more part underneath the video. And I have a couple links to my website. I really don't like to use YouTube live streams to promote, so I'm not doing that. I'm just saying if you want to see my Instagram, it's there. If you want to read more about how I teach people, it's there. And you can also check out my personal website where I have some artwork that you can click on it. And it's big. I can't possibly put all of my artwork on my website because I literally have thousands of drawings, and to photograph them is a full-time job. And I'm never to photograph the drawings, bring them into Photoshop, edit them, size them, upload them to the website. That's a full-time job. And yeah, so the drawings, I have like sporadic drawings on my website. I have quite a few on my Instagram, but you can only see them so big on the Instagram. Now we have to go darker. Resharpen. I'm resharpening a lot because for some reason, thank you, Camellia. I really do appreciate you. Thank you for joining us today. I only use one type of pencil. Why? Because we talk about this every single week in classes, and you have to have your, let's just call it drawing. People make fun of me the way I say drawing. It's very Long Islandish. Long Island accent is the worst accent, but yeah, that's what I got. Your drawing lover's touch. So you have to be able to use your lover's touch, not 6B and 6H. That's a tool. Now, I'm not against tools, but I think it's good to practice your lover's touch. So you want to practice being a brute and press down hard. And then you want to practice your soft touch, your lover's touch, and press down lightly. Okay, so that's what I do. So all of my drawings I do with one pencil. I never use more than one pencil in terms of for trying to use it as a tool to get darkness. Now, if you use HB, 3B, 4B, I'm not saying that's wrong. You know, artists just have to use the tools that make them do good work. So if you using 6B, 4B, 3B makes you do better work, well, then use them. What makes me do better work is just using this one pencil. Okay, and so for me, it takes a while for me to build up the tone, and I'm cool with that. It's longer. Hey, Aurora. Planes of the face. Planes of the face. I hate the planes of the face because whenever I draw the planes of the face, it looks like that. Front plane, side plane, front plane, side plane, front plane, underplane, underplane, top plane, underplane, underplane, top plane, side plane, front plane, side plane. That's as far as I'm going to go with the surface planes of the face. You know, the person that you want to look at their artwork, I just happen to have this book here, is Bridgman. So Bridgman is the person you want to look at for surface planes because he's a lunatic. Like this page alone is perfect surface planes. This page alone dives into the surface planes much deeper than I ever will here on a YouTube video. Just because I feel like this is all I needed to know when I learned about surface planes. I learned this, I'm good. Yeah, there's the Asaro head and all that, and I think every artist should look into that and draw that. But I feel as though this is all I needed. And when I first learned how to draw, I would copy these Bridgman drawings. Like that drawing top left, that's it. That's all I need to know. I understand the surface planes now. I think if you're going to dive deeper, it's fine. So I think what's more important about the surface planes is Is the person that you are drawing, is their head soft and round like this? Is their head round like this? Or are they chiseled like this, like that skull? I missed the other page. I'm probably smudging my drawings right now. Chiseled guy, Matt, chiseled guy. So here's the page that I like to show my students. Is the person you are drawing chiseled, or are they soft? That's what you need to figure out. And quite frankly, this is all you need to know with the surface planes, okay? In my opinion, another teacher would say, oh my God, that guy Maddie's all wrong. I have teachers tell my students all the time, don't use that technique that Matt taught you. It's wrong. That's fine. When you're in that teacher's classroom, listen to that teacher. And then after their class is finished, then you could decide whether or not you like what they taught and are you going to implement what they taught. Yeah, so pencils I've used in the past. I used to draw with this pencil all the time. I love the mechanical pencil 0.5. I have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of illustration sketches drawn with this pencil. HB graphite. Oh, God. Let me, hold on now. Hold on. Hold on. I love these Derwent drawings pencils for ivory black for newsprint. So these are the only two pencils I use right now. And I've been using the same pencils for like 10 years. Now, I'm not saying you have to do that. But what I am saying is that, you go through your experimentation period, you figure out what works for you, and then you stick with it. Because if you keep switching pencils, what's going to wind up happening is you're never going to be able to master one tool and become one with that tool. It's from Italy. My mom from Italy is watching, probably not now, but maybe later this week. How did I get here? Love that. Oh my God, Nancy, that was so kind of you. Happy birthday. You didn't have to do that, Nancy. Thank you so much. Oh, wow, I'm going to buy myself a nice coffee today. Thank you so much, Nancy. Absolutely. I have to go to my sister's house where I used to live. So yeah, I'll buy us both a cup of coffee and I'll say, Nancy gave me a super chat. That was very kind of you, Nancy. Thank you. Thank you. Mazamal. I hope I said your name right. I hope I didn't say it wrong. Manisha. Oh, Truffs is trying to get into the studio. Let me go get Truffs. It'll give me a minute to stand up and stretch a little bit, and then I'll come back and I'll finish this guy here. Okay? Come on, Truffs. All right, Truffs needs to draw. Okay, it's been a while. Truffs, come on, sit up straight, Truffs. Let's get into this. You want the pencil extender? No, you don't need that. That's not good for you. Let's try some shading, Truffs. Let's see. Okay, you ready to do this? Let's shade. You don't seem very relaxed today with this. Let's shade under the neck. Truffs, check out what you're doing. Look at the drawing. You're looking off. Oh, you're looking to see what's going on over there. Who's that dog? Who's that dog on screen? Who is that? Who's there? Okay, let's draw a little bit more. Okay, a little bit of tone under the chin. And yeah, okay, let's leave it at that. So just say hello to everybody. Say have a good Valentine's Day. Enjoy drawing. Just have fun with it. And yeah, we'll see you later. Okay, Truffs, go lay down. Let me put you on your bed here. We like to call Truffs the White Knight. And she runs the house. Oh my God, that's funny. Uh, Thank you, Sally. Yeah, Truffs is all girl. She's all girl. Okay, awesome. God, Gabi. Oh, okay. Wow. I have a great video on my Facebook page. I'm not a Facebook person, but I have it because I need it. You just need one. And it's my two dogs, and they're my daughter used to have a gerbil or a hamster. I don't remember. And the two dogs are like at the glass showcase trying to get to the hamster, and it's the funniest video ever. Okay, so let's finish this guy off. One eye is looking a little screwy, so we need to balance those eyes. So let's make this darker, and I'm just going to suggest a little rectangle. A little rectangle. Eyes don't need to be symmetrical. They can be non-symmetrical. And let's just push. Let me just look at this a little bit more. I'm very distracted right now. Let me just look at this drawing to see if I can't make it work. Let's see here. So darker, darker. Now I want to lighten his, I'm using the eraser for the first time, and I want to lighten the side plane of his head over here. So that's the side plane, side plane, side plane. And I'm just trying to show a little bit more of his skull. So I need to, now let's just kind of dive into it. Let's just push this and finish it. So let's say, well, let's go for another 5 minutes. My birthday's tomorrow. Yep. Thank you from Brazil. Can you do girl later? My whole YouTube channel is women. So, yeah, just click around and damn, I don't have any. The model that we had short hair, so I don't have anything. 1 second. Nudity alert. Nudity alert, drawing nudity, not photo nudity. So this girl, her hair is just going to be, it's a whole different drawing. This is all tone, okay? It's all tone, so this is a different style that I have in tone. And so the hair, look at how soft the hair is. Look at how, the only place I'm using a line is on the outline. Over here, this is a whole different thing, okay? So, yeah, that was kind of short hair, was pulled back in a bun. Let's just push. I want to make his ears angular. I don't want them to be round. We're going to make this guy angular. We're going to make him like a stud. Absolutely nothing round. And yes, I am outlining. I don't care. I just want to kind of make him pop. Outlining will create a flat drawing, no doubt. But I'm just having fun here. I want this to kind of jump off the page. And where am I going? Let's do a little earlobe thingy. Earlobe over here. Let's do cheekbone comes in. Underplane of the cheekbone. Round part of the mouth. This guy, yeah, maybe he looks like an Olympic swimmer, or he's starting to look more like a hitman. He just needs a big collar. Absolutely, yeah. He totally looks like a hitman to me now that I'm looking at him. I wouldn't want to meet this guy in a dark alley. If I owed somebody money, he would kind of come at me. Yeah, no doubt. So let's see here. So let's just give him a little side plane of the nose without pressing down hard. That's another thing you don't want to do. Don't put an outline on the... Sandy, thank you so much. I really do appreciate that. You didn't have to do that. Thank you. Thank you, Sandy. You're a sweetheart. Absolutely. You're a sweetheart. Thank you so much. Gosh. I saw the photo of you having the glass of wine on your Instagram. And so when I go out to dinner tonight with my parents, I don't drink wine, but I'll definitely have a Jameson. And it'll be good. Jameson on the rocks, no doubt. And I'll say, Sandy... gave me a super chat today. And so thank you, Sandy. Let's make this guy, let's put a little furrow in the brow. So he's going to be aged. Let's age him a little bit. So more information is age. Less information is youth, right? So the more information you put on somebody's face, more wrinkles on their face, more lines on their face, it's just gonna be, thank you, Dana. I'm gonna be here for some reason. I'm on a roll, so I might as well just stay for a little while. But if you guys need to bolt, I get it. It's a Saturday, and yeah, just kind of do your thing. I do appreciate you joining me here today. I'm gonna just draw for a little while longer. I want to push this guy just a wee bit more here. I'm talking very English with wee bit more. So let's make his nose a little wider, very light there. Make that upper lip. Hey, Julio. Thank you, Sandy. Yeah, if you guys need to bolt, I get it. And an hour is a long time to be watching. I just want to resolve this a little bit more. And let's make this coming down from the side of his nose. Because usually when I'm done with this live stream, I'm done. I usually try to get out of the house. So if I stop drawing, I'm never going to finish this thing. And, sternomastoid. Sternomastoid. So this guy, I do have reference, and I'm not really looking at it. It just was my kind of idea of where to take the drawing here. So sometimes people ask all the time. People ask on this live stream, how do I draw out of my imagination? Get a photo, look at it for 10 minutes, or keep it in your space and look at it a lot throughout the day, and then just try to remember what you were looking at. Okay, that's how you want to do this. So he's almost done. Yeah, let's reinforce the jaw, because we don't want his ears to pop out too much, so we're going to go darker with the edge of his head. So this is very different for me. I usually draw females. If you look at my Instagram page, it's primarily females. So drawing a guy, I love drawing guys too. I just don't do it enough. And there's a lot of information that I'm not putting in here. Kelly, oh my God, Kelly, that was so kind of you. Thank you so much, Kelly. Kelly, if there's anything I could do for you, just please email me. That would be really, really awesome. So if you need any help with something with your artwork that maybe you're struggling with at the moment, just email me. Okay, so if you go to my personal website, MatthewRchambeau.com, I'm going a little too dark now with that. You'll just be able to find my email there. Yeah. Yeah, I'm just being gritty with it today. So I think he's done. Okay. And so the video is going to be on here, Aurora. So you can watch it. Okay. Sorabai, yeah, you got it. So you got it, Kelly. Thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. So look, I like the second drawing better. So we have this dude. And his eye socket, his brow needs to be. We have this dude, and we have this dude. So remember how to take mistakes and turn them into a positive. I'm just going to do some line on top of the face that I initially drew. And let's connect these guys with a... Let me zoom out. I'm sitting here working around the camera. I'm going to drive your eyes crazy. I'm going to be here for like 2 more minutes. I'm just closing this thing out. Yeah, so these are our 2 guys here today. And I definitely like him better, no doubt. He was my warm-up. He's a little bit more tonal. So let's just kind of connect them. I could keep working on this guy for a while, but I understand it's time to go. Yep. Okay, we're going to close with this dude. I never draw things like this, ever. So this is kind of new for me. I'm always drawing soft drawings of, yeah, female faces and stuff like that. So that's my final piece. I want to thank you all for joining me here today. Aurora, thank you so much, Aurora. We'll see you on Tuesday. So again, if you want to learn more about drawingtutorialsonline.com, just click on the show more. What's drawingtutorialsonline.com? It's a website that I have tons and tons and tons of courses. We do a live Zoom class for members with a model every Tuesday. Thank you, Michelle. Thank you, Kelly. Dennis, I appreciate you joining. 2 Hitman Brothers today. Nancy, see you Tuesday. I critique member work every Monday. It's my entire Monday, just critiquing work. Thank you, Sebastian. Ilaria, is that how you say your name? Michelle, thank you. Wiley, Com. Thank you, thank you. Thank you. Don't worry, Aurora. I don't want you to do that. Camillo, I'll see you on Tuesday, Camillo. I will. Brennan, C, thank you. Phoenix, thank you. SEB, Sabi, I appreciate the bacon candy. Who are you? Helen, I appreciate you joining. I missed somebody's name. Moises, James, Shelby. Oh, Shelby. Hey, Shelby. Kim, or Aura. Thank you, Aura, for joining. I'll see you on Tuesday. Stacy, I'll see you on Tuesday. Neil, I missed somebody's name. It's going fast and hard here. Sandy, have a great weekend. Thank you. Monica, Ash, Marie. I thank you, Marie. Anytime you want to give me some ideas for this, just let me know. Sorbai, Ilaria, Gadi Gabi, Agus, Alum X, Aurora. All right, guys. Have a good day. I'll talk soon, okay? See you next Saturday.